Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 288 of the Corner Flag. At some point, we're going to have to stop numbering these episodes because fuck, who knows कितना episode हुआ है, कितना episode होने वाला है. वो सब तो बहुत ही difficult है to keep it in mind. But yes, we are here. Sorry, we weren't here last week. I was away. It was my fault entirely, not anybody else's, not Mukesh's, definitely not Arnab-ness's. But I am joined today by Mukesh and he is here. Mukesh Manjunath, say hello to everybody who is watching, which right now is nobody. So,
Boo! That's what I've learned. I'm not going to say hello anymore. I'm just
this
going to say
is
boo.
this is what happens when Liverpool win the league. This is exactly what happens. Also joining us is Ronaq. We come say Ronaq is from the Man United supporters group. Welcome, Ronaq. Say your
Hello.
opening line to all the viewers who are watching, which, like I told Mukesh, at this moment is zero.
Opening line which is at zero. फिलहाल तो क्या ही opening line यार.
Shit, that was
17,
the
16.
cutest. There was a blush. There was a giggle.
16, 17 चल रहा है लीग में. हम सेमी फाइनल खेलने वाले यूरोपा का. That is
Yeah.
the opening line.
Yep. That is it. Of course, Nathan is also going to be joining us, but he is running 5 minutes late, is what he said. Mukesh has let go of his fantastic Mo Salah beard, and for some reason, I feel like your genetics have gone into Nathan. That is not a sex joke.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm channeling. Maybe I'm preempting Salah's next season look.
Get your mic closer to your mouth, no bastard. You've been doing this for 5 years.
No, but the earphones are new. That's the problem.
How this happens with you all the time?
um,
It's beyond me.
yeah,
But
I'm
yes.
preempting Salah's next season look.
See, Salah's got a hair transplant. Now,
Yeah.
are you saying that he's going to get rid of his beard so that he can put more hair from here over there, or what is happening in the Liverpool dressing room, Mukesh?
I think he's going to go back to that Krusty the Clown look, but with no beard this time.
तेरे को पता है, Ronak, I don't know if you have seen Mukesh as often as I have, and if you haven't, you're a very lucky man. But in his absolute bearded and hair glory, when he has a full beard and when his hair is overgrown and unkempt, Mukesh is the corner flag's very own Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Nice. And
And also, you should know that Amogh sees me the most often.
Yeah.
There is no person in my life who sees me as often as Amogh sees.
so I'm gonna have to take his word for it.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to have to grow your beard really fast. By the end of this life, you're going to have to grow your beard and your hair.
I mean, I just tell Nathan, bro, I had a beard by the time this began. It grew and it fell off. Like,
Yeah, exactly. There's lots to talk about. Of course, there is all the action in the Premier League, and by all the action, I mean predominantly the action of the two Europa League finalists who find themselves in 16th and 17th in the Premier League, which is just the most hilarious thing that one can even think of. There is that. There is, of course, lots of movements in La Liga. Barcelona have thumped Real Madrid, and Carlo Ancelotti has been confirmed as manager of Brazil, and that has happened because Xabi Alonso has been confirmed as manager of Real Madrid from next season. Ronak, is this a good fucking managerial merry-go-round all around? Do you think this is great for Ancelotti, for Real, for Alonso?
So for Ancelotti and Real, yeah, Ancelotti is going to go to Brazil. He's going to have a great time there. Real Madrid, I'm honestly not sure. See, for Xabi Alonso, we knew, a year or two back also, his potential next destinations are either Liverpool or, the Holy Grail Madrid. And now Madrid has come calling, you never say no to Madrid. And we all know that Xabi Alonso plays the, three at the back and wing back style, something what Amorim also does play. So it'll be interesting to see Madrid in that formation. If he
Mukesh,
first of all, if he sticks to that, and if he does, then Madrid in that formation.
Mukesh and Nathan, who has also joined us as Liverpool fans, you're
Hey guys,
seeing Xabi Alonso go to Real Madrid yet again.
see,
it's not
I
the
don't want to
most
be reminded of
painful
this, man.
Madrid transfer in the last
Yeah,
10,
at this
15
point,
years.
we're like Yeah, it's fine.
I
Join.
know, I know, Mukesh, you felt really bad when Steve McManaman went to Real Madrid. You
If
took that shit personally.
अगर McAllister को भी जाना है, please leave. Please just go. Everyone go to Madrid. At this point, that makes no difference to me.
Huh.
Like at this point, I've just accepted it. Like, okay, this club, Madrid, सबको जाना है. Yeah.
It's like, it's like, are we the Southampton now? Like, that's how I feel.
You are the feeder club. That is
Yeah.
basically it. Chaitanya has messaged something in the live chat. Trent Alexander-Arnold does not
Hey.
solve any defensive problems for Real Madrid. Also, everybody who's watching, please engage yourselves in the live chat. We love listening to your opinions.
Shout out
So,
Chaitanya.
we
Nice
will
to see you.
we will highlight them and add them into our expert opinions and expert discussions. But yes, uh, Trent fitting in to Real Madrid was always a big question. And does Xabi Alonso's arrival as Real Madrid manager change that? Ronaq, you said that he plays a 3-4-3. Is that a system that will suit Trent better?
See, the initial reaction of Trent going to Madrid was that he's going to have a tough time. Like, any formation that he plays, that right wing wala situation has always been covered by Carvajal, who was a great servant for Real Madrid. And, like, they could always rely on him.
Yeah.
And, like, defensively to 100%, even for attacking, like, he would always do that overlap run. Was it, from the times of Gareth Bale to now, even when Valverde plays on the right or Rodrigo plays on the right, you always see Carvajal. So I don't know where Trent is going to play. If Trent plays more centrally, then I think he'll have a better time at Madrid. And yeah, it's just
But
a very interesting
I know where he's
situation.
playing.
but see, now that's the thing, right? Like, I don't think he's going to play centrally. Because
Yeah.
look at the midfield that Real Madrid
Yeah,
already
yeah.
have. How is he going to force his way into that midfield? The only
Yep.
No,
place he
so
can play
one very
is in defense.
one very weird thing is Madrid play very dynamic formation, especially with Valverde. You find Valverde very often. You find him on the wing, and you see Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Mbappe right through the center, and Bellingham is just floating around in the midfield. So at least under Ancelotti, their formation has been very dynamic, and it depends how the game is flowing that their formation kind of changes. So आगे का तो पता नहीं how it'll go. It'll be a complete revamp with Xabi Alonso, and I feel Xabi Alonso is very not stringent, I would like to say, but he has the way he likes to play, and I think he'd like to mold Madrid into that.
Yeah.
I think it's very obvious he's going to play a three. He's going to play the right wing back in a 3-4-3. Right, that front part is going to get super crowded with like 5 people when they're in attack.
Yeah.
Right, I think they're basically doing away with a midfield altogether when they're attacking. It's going to be
Yeah.
it's going to
I
be like
just
3
can't
defenders, one small extra defender right
Yeah.
up ahead them, who's just going to be wherever he needs to plug
Wherever,
in a
yeah.
hole, and everyone else is just attack, right? And I think this is
Yeah.
probably Alonso's way of saying, like, I can't think of him counteracting Flick in any other way, right? Or
I was
Simeone in
just gonna
any other
say that.
way, because Alonso is not someone who's going to go the Mourinho way, which is like completely shut down with defense. He's not. There's no point having 5 attackers. You can't do that with just 5 defenders, right? You can't shut a Barca off. So the only way you can probably get them is out attack them, right? And seeing Madrid's attack, Simeone is probably going to just go even more defensive. So I think Trent is just gonna forget about defense only. I think he's
Yeah,
not.
I can't wait.
He's not there.
This
Trent is
is
gonna play on the touchline. That's
Bro,
it.
when was the last time he remembered about defense in his entire career? So you're
thank you,
saying
Amogh.
he's going to forget about defense? जैसे कि तो वो तो मतलब defensive first player था. वो तो पहले मतलब उसको
No,
तो मैं गोल करने
now
नहीं
at
देता.
least there was a lazy saunter back, right? Oh my god, I have to like a rolling of the eyes
Yeah.
and like flailing the imaginary dreadlocks. But now he'll just be on that touchline and pinging balls in. I think that's his
Dude, I
job.
can't wait to watch Barcelona dunk on Trent next season. Like, it's just oof. Lamal, please do the Kamal. And what's his name? Rafinha. Just go for it.
Oh
I
wow,
can't-
just
couldn't
go
think
for
of-
it. You dug yourself into that hole so much. We were just trying to see what you come up with. What is the rhyme that you fucking come up with? That shit, Yamal और Kamal सब लोग कर सकते हैं bro. ये उसके बाद the
Rafinha.
difficulty level just goes up a notch.
Yeah,
and you
imagine him
shat the
trying for
bed.
Lewandowski.
The most obvious Dusky, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
Uski maa ki.
Yeah.
Were you
Ronak
guys
has
talking about I
Ron,
joined
but
in?
wait, sorry. I just want to point out that Ronak started this podcast with some accurate fucking technical analysis about Real Madrid's upcoming 3-4-3 position
Yeah,
and
dude.
has ended it with Lewandowski ke Maki.
Yeah, dude, I joined in. I'm like, shit, this is too. Suddenly, this podcast got too technical, man. We've done like a
I
couple of episodes. We are just like
Listen,
laughing around,
this
just
is the
doing.
corner fly. You will begin with analysis and stats, but at the end, you
Yeah.
will end up
Yeah.
abusing a
Yeah.
player's mother and walking off. And really, that's what a football fan is all about.
That is
Exactly.
basically it. That is basically it. Who are we? Who are we guys to talk about false nines and
Yeah,
gaggen presses
yeah.
when we can be like iski maka? That is the quality football content the world wants to listen to and
Exactly,
watch, man.
guys.
So Ronak, well done.
Well done, Rob. Well done.
Uh,
Nice.
Chaitanya also has another
You
message
know, Nathan
specifically for
Collins are
you,
the Blues
Nathan.
of Anfield. I
Yo,
don't.
wait, sorry.
Huh.
Yo, why no YNWA for me?
Oh
why
yeah,
is
Chaitanya. Even
why is
Mukesh is a
why is
Liverpool fan.
MW whatever Mukesh will walk on MWWA for me?
Yeah.
I'm
Mukesh
sorry,
will
let it-
walk alone.
Yeah,
That is the problem.
but you can
Uh,
continue, Nathan.
no, but
Clearly,
yes,
it
Uh,
was
Trent got booed. Trent
Booze
got
at
booed.
Anfield. I don't know. I have mixed. I don't know. I don't. Okay, let me just put this out there. After 27th April, the day they won the league, I just stopped caring. मेरे को मेरा PL जो है FPL, I'm like, yeah, doesn't matter. I'm above this. Let's
रौनक
wait till
याद है
next
वो
season.
दिन हमारे पास भी होते थे ऐसे दिन.
I swear, dude, I did not know Man City were playing on Saturday. I just received a notification, and I'm just like, oh, आज game है क्या? आज match day है क्या? Just and then so I only tuned in to watch the Guard of Honor yesterday, and then I was like, let's see what this match is about, and it's beautiful. Like it's just oh, I wish to pray for times like this.
see what I like about what Nathan did is that he didn't answer the question.
Yeah,
One.
exactly.
Number two,
Yeah.
but he actually spoke about what should have been the topic of discussion, which is that Arsenal gave their third guard of honor, right? Which I think was incredible.
Yeah, Sheila, to answer your question, thoughts about the booing? I think yeah, dude, it's kind of unfair. I mean, boyhood club, he's given everything, he's won everything for the club and stuff like that. But
Ungrateful fans.
No,
Ungrateful fans.
hello, no.
But-
I'm very sorry. Yes, please
but
continue.
I think Liverpool fans are just the most one of, if not the most passionate fans in England. I think so.
This
Like
is-
it's
this is
it's only
amazing, no? Like,
valid. It's only valid for them to sort of.
This is very nice. This is two things here are very nice. One is Nathan when asked about unruly behavior from Liverpool fans, like they are very they are known to be this and that. Not we are known to be this. They are like this and they should know so that
Yeah.
disassociation has happened. Second thing, what is very nice, no, is ऐसा जब चुतियाप करता है फैन लोग तो पैशनेट बोलना इज अ लवली सिनोनिम फॉर द
So,
बिहेवियर.
hey, no, मतलब, in a
It's
way,
the same
it's
way
with the
United fans called Roy Keane a passionate player when he smashed Alfie Haaland's knee. But either way, I'm sorry. I think the boos are completely justified. by the
yeah,
way.
fair, justified.
Okay, here's the thing, right? Here's what's wrong. I think the boos are completely justified. Hello, firstly, it also tells young modern footballers that listen, like, yeah, chase your money, but be prepared for the consequences, right? Yeah, the game's getting modern. That's one. Okay. Number two, this was a dragged out, pre-planned, executed almost a year ago deal that was kept in secret. He fucking did this celebration to his own fans, right?
Yeah.
He was a vice captain. He avoided press interviews for 2 years. He didn't face up to it. He knew last season, last summer, that he was going, right? In fact, now if you notice, in mid-December when Liverpool beat Bayer Leverkusen, he put up his only photo from that match was with Xabi Alonso, right? So there were signals all around. He shat on his own fans twice. He did the weird celebration,
Man,
right?
Mukesh, you should start some page, bro. Like this.
I'm sorry.
है
Yeah,
ना
I see
कॉर्नर्स
this.
लाइक है पेज है
This is
corner.
Wait, what do you think?
He has it documented.
Yeah.
What do you
dude,
think
hats,
we're doing here, Nathan?
hats
Sorry.
off, dude.
I'm sorry. Like I completely think it's justified. Also, like I do. Okay, here's the thing, right? I do appreciate fans being a little brutal, like that. Hey, fans are that. Fans have no logic or whatever, right? It is a very irrational, untangible thing that when it works, it's beautiful, and when it doesn't, like today, it is like this. You can't be like, hey, be grateful for these cups. Also, I'm sorry, his whole claim to love and fame was that he's a local lad who was touted to be the next captain, which he said as much. Right? If
Yeah.
it was Curtin Jones, who hasn't really played the local boy card, who left, still makes sense. I'm sure he's not going to be as coveted by Madrid as some other team, but still, this guy played the local lad card, touted to be the next. He did the fucking Steven Gerrard celebration against United. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
dude.
you
Yeah,
can't
I
have
was like,
known that you're leaving the next summer and do that because you know it's going to be for the highlights package.
hmm.
Sorry, the
Also,
boos are
thank
very
God.
well deserved.
Facts.
Very
Also,
well
thank God
deserved.
that goal was also given offside, because if that goal was given and and he had to still leave, that would just be little crushing.
Yeah, and also
So
he's been commenting on Jude Bellingham's every time they won
they're
things in the
besties,
first
dude.
half. No,
Like,
I don't condemn the friendship, which I'm happy he has friends, but I'm
Are
sorry.
you sure though? Because it fucking sounds like you do.
No. I'm
Because
sorry.
no, because you've said enough now. I feel like what you're saying, and Ronak, I think will
Oh,
back
that
me
felt
up
so
on
good.
this.
Wait,
No,
just
it felt like you should feel like shit. It should not feel
that's so
good. You
good.
should feel like shit because
No,
what you're essentially saying is, fuck your personal dreams, fuck your financial aspirations. If you play for my club, you should only play for my club. I don't
no.
know what is so wrong with the way his transfer has worked out. He is well within his rights to run down his contract and decide to not sign a new contract. If Liverpool
No,
thought of him as such a valuable player of their squad, then they should have offered him a contract a while ago. Why should he take the same wages or a pay cut and not get the
wait.
pay rise that
Sorry.
he feels he deserves,
Amog has
which he is getting from somewhere else,
see.
just because he's like, oh, I've been here for 20 years and this is my boyhood club and मैंने Steven Gerrard celebration किया, मेरे को लिवरपूल का captain बनना था. Why the fuck should he say no to any other team? Now, the fact that it's Real
Amog.
Madrid. Wait, shut up, yeah. The fact that it's Real Madrid is of no consequence. It could have been Wrexham for all I care. He is free to go to any other team as soon as his contract runs out. Right? It
Amog.
is it is no, it is a major mismanagement from the Liverpool hierarchy to have not offered him a good deal so that they would eventually get some money back from him, because he was always going to go to a Real Madrid if they came calling. That is number one.
Oh my God,
Second
this is
thing
still
is,
number one.
yes, second thing is he
shit.
did the right thing. What would you have wanted him to say that actually, you know what, at the end of the season I'm going to go to Real Madrid? You wanted him to say that at the start, because then you guys, the same fucking passionate Liverpool fans that you call yourselves, would have been like, Judas yet again ruining our title challenge bid. अभी तो उसने सब बराबर किया ना. He has delivered throughout the season. I mean, not in all games defensively he has not delivered, but overall he has delivered. He has done everything that he can to the best of his ability. He has won the fucking Premier League for you. Your second Premier League in how many ever years, by the way, just
5
two.
years.
By the way, just two compared to 13, but numbers, it's different. So he has done all of that, and after you have won the league, he has said, "Yeah, you know what? This is my last season." He has in no way derailed your championship bid. After everything is done and dusted, mathematically sealed, he has come out and say that मैं निकलने वाला हूँ. So उसमें what is wrong, Ronak?
Amog.
No, wait, Ronak.
Oh my God,
No,
this is point two.
you have said too much now, Ronak. He has been quiet for way too long. Ronak, you do. I feel like Arnab. Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Amog, I have never seen you talk so much on every time I've been on this podcast.
And such a
What
vague
was that
subject.
rant? Also,
But also
this all
everything wrong.
started.
The
This all
Arnab-ness
started.
came out. The
How is
Arnab-ness
everything
came out
wrong?
in that there were so many post like alt facts or whatever they're called. Different
What all
facts.
facts?
They were not true. What you said.
What was not true?
Okay, so
I-
he was offered a contract. The reason it was delayed, like it was delayed for everybody, was because there was a change in management. He was offered the role of being the highest paid,
Yeah.
wing back in the world, right?
Okay.
What are the other? Then 2, 3 other things you said. He was offered it. He was offered it. I think the earliest compared to
Yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah.
Right? He dragged it out. He had underhanded negotiations.
No, see, like just from Trent's personal point of view, he's won the Champions League with Liverpool. He's won the Premier League with Liverpool. On a personal note, agar Madrid has come calling for him, he wants to go to it's very good for him. Personal point of view से 100% support his move. Only thing I would say is कि थोड़ा अगर contract sign कर ले तो थोड़ा पैसा मिल जाता लिवरपूल को. आज के
Yeah.
डेट में he is easily worth 150 million, like, you know,
अरे भाई
whatever
उधर
attacking
उधर बट
back.
रियल
But
मैड्रिड
exactly, Madrid आता ही नहीं उसके लिए. अगर वो contract sign कर लेता तो Madrid would have been like कि भाई हम किसी और को ढूंढ लेंगे. Because buying, like getting Trent has its flaws also. Like, you know, he has defensive issues and Madrid भी पागल नहीं है. Like, you know, they know what they're buying. So free में आ रहा है तो चलो आजा भाई. पैसा वैसा तेरे को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में पैसा दे देंगे तो आजा फ्री में.
And
All
sorry, I
G.
don't appreciate the sanctimonious behavior from United fans who booed Xerxes, I think, earlier this season. Arsenal fans who booed Granit
Okay.
Xhaka in his final few games.
Okay,
Man City,
okay.
not fans because they don't have fans. There's no one to boo. And Chelsea, I think, have booed everything. Like, they
Chelsea
have booed
booed
football.
Chelsea just
They have booed
Chelsea.
football, loved football, everything.
Chelsea
So,
got a
really,
new front of shirt sponsor and they booed that also.
that, yeah.
They'll boo everything.
So I'm sorry. And if he's free to do what he's to do, fans are very free to react how they want to react, which is to say this.
Right,
Okay,
correct.
let me
And-
just-
and
let me
again,
just
again,
say-
wait, no,
Okay.
wait,
Now
sorry.
I
Nathan,
won't
this
talk.
is-
I think I've said enough. Nathan, you take over.
This has
Team.
let me just put this out. All of this whole segment has started because of Chaitanya's question
Yes.
to me. So Chaitanya, thank you. We got to see sides of Amogh today on this podcast, which I'm just like, bro, just keep quiet na thoda. Like we know this. But
all,
yeah,
I'm,
dude.
all I'm saying is United fans booing Xerxes. Again, I'm not in favor of that at all.
Yeah,
I don't
not at
want
all.
to see any fans of any club, let alone my own club, boo my team's own player. Right? It is not great for morale or whatever. The key difference here, all right, is your fans are booing a player who has been at your club for 20 years, who has won you the Premier League twice, because he is leaving after 20 years. That's what your fans are booing your local lad for. Our fans are booing a recently transferred in Dutch striker who was not playing well. And after that, he started playing well. So the boos, in our case, they fucking worked. तुम लोग के टाइम पे क्या what are the boos going to do? He's going to play well for Madrid. Like what? I don't
In
understand
your cause,
this.
the boos are this thing, the boos are the cause. In our boos are the effect. That's the only thing.
That makes no sense. And Chaitanya has also said something which I will answer because this continues. And next thing we know, Perez offers 150 million for Bruno.
Ooh.
Honestly, and Ronaq, I don't know if you'll agree, but I'm saying this: if Perez offers 150 million for Bruno, we'll take it.
Yeah.
That's a fuck ton of money for a 30-year-old player, and we have debts. Financially, सोचना पड़ता है भाई लोग.
I honestly wouldn't, man. And I love Bruno.
Whoa.
Thank you.
I love Bruno, and Bruno is our captain, man. And you know, just like looking at Trent's situation, I can almost proudly say that if Madrid comes for Bruno, I maybe 60% Bruno says no to Madrid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that is what I feel very proud in my captain.
Exactly. We trust our captain way more to be like, even if we accept 150 million, no, he'll be like, yeah, no, I don't want to go. I want to stay here. That is ridiculously, absolutely possible because the ownership will go to Bruno and be like, boss, 150 million. Now the ball's in your court. We've accepted it because it will help us. You see, if you want to go, fair play. If you want to stay, we are more than happy. Now you decide. And then he has to decide. Fuck it, it's great, right?
I mean, you know, even I don't know even if the club will accept that because Amorim has been very vocal कि उसको Bruno तो चाहिए ही, captain है club का. And अभी after Ineos coming in ना bro, at least I feel कि थोड़ा तो footballing brain थोड़ा सा तो आया है, एक 1% कि भाई अपने captain को नहीं बेचने जाएंगे.
भाई मैंने भी लोनावला
Like Arsenal.
मैंने लोनावला में corporate gig किया था 10 साल पहले. You know, where there were fucking 100 people in the audience who were all at the bar drinking. Nobody was listening to me on stage. And I have done that gig because the check at the end of it was fucking beautiful. तो हम लोग सब पैसे के लिए बहुत कुछ चुतियाब कर लेते हैं. And I think everybody here and everybody who's watching this will resonate with that. An interesting person in the chat,
I'm
by the way.
Mukesh, TAN Arnab and Amogh Mas are wrong. And an Amogh Mas are wrong.
Mukesh, see who said this.
Oh my God, my enemy
A
on the
former a
podcast.
former corner flag regular Akash Chandan in the chats. I asked him if he wants to join. He's like, I don't have energy, and then he comes and puts this in the chat. Fuck you, Akash. I'm not wrong. Trent is also not wrong. He is free to do whatever he
Gosh,
wants.
I have never spoken about a certain footballer so much as we've all talked about Trent. Like,
Yeah.
wow,
Chalo.
like
That's what I was saying. Such a vague subject where two
we
people have
have
ranted.
exactly we've spent 21 minutes
Yes.
on Trent. Now let's talk about the most important thing we have to all talk about, the Europa League. Yes, let's get
Sorry.
down to that. Ange
Should we?
Okay.
Postecoglou versus
Okay.
Ruben
I
Amorim
Yeah.
in the
Should we?
final at Bilbao.
No.
Who's gonna win?
See, it's either you guys talk about that, or Nathan and I will just laugh for 20 minutes straight at United being in 16th place.
Bro, this is what I want.
16th.
I
This
think
is what I
I
want.
think we'll join you. We'll join you.
This
Bro,
is
this
this
is
So
is
how?
peak drama.
this is what I want.
Yeah.
Mukesh, this is what I
Can we?
want to see happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Ange Postecoglou wins his trophy with Spurs. Spurs beat United of all teams in a final and end their trophy drought. United finished 16th or 17th and got trophyless this season. मेरे को बस table ना first Liverpool 17th United but वही चाहिए I just want to see that.
Bro,
Guys,
Rest
I feel like.
I don't care.
वो तो तुझे
Do
अभी
you
भी
guys
दिखेगा.
not?
No. But if you all
हम
win
लोग
a
जीते
trophy,
फाइनल तो भी तेरे को दिखेगा.
if you all win a trophy, that means you all still had a decent season. You all had something to show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
better than Arsenal. for
Arsenal,
fucking
exactly.
sure.
I feel like everyone's reacting like, oh, United is 7th. And I'm like, bro, they're 17th.
17th,
That's
one
an
एक
insane position to be
went
in.
from
Like,
mid-table to
Look,
lower table. What?
I'll tell you a very personal story, right? And I think Mukesh, you'll resonate with this. I don't know about Ronaq and Nathan, but Mukesh, I know for a fact because we've had this conversation. I am now 35. I'm going on 36 later this year. The day I turned 30, no, I stopped giving a fuck. And the day I turned 30, every birthday after that, I felt 30 only. Now at 36 also, I feel 30 only. The numbers just stay the same. I feel like that's the case with United. We are seventh, guys. We are seventh. उसके पहले एक डालो, उसके बाद zero
Seventh.
डालो, 70th भी होंगे. We are seventh.
7. Not bad.
We are not a. We are still a mid-table team.
the United documentary is
aspiring to
champions
be-
or nothing. That's it. That's-
Also, guys, last week PSG Arsenal game. That after that final whistle, I felt so happy. Like, thank you, football gods. Thank you for PSG.
You know, we
knocking out.
actually a few episodes ago we had this chat about who could win the Champions League, and I said PSG, you said Inter,
I said Inter.
you said Inter.
Oh, I said Barca. I think. Oh, maybe. Okay.
No,
And I
you,
probably
you
said
liked
Arsenal.
Barca, but you said that Inter is also interesting. So the final word was Inter.
Oh,
Between
shit.
PSG and Inter, I'm definitely rooting for PSG, man. I think they're gonna do it this time.
I can't say, dude. It's gonna be a tough final. It's gonna be interesting but
It's
fun
going to be a
final to
very
watch.
it is
Yeah.
going
But
to be a very interesting.
Coming on to Arsenal, like when they beat Madrid, where everyone was like,
Oh,
"के
man.
भाई Madrid को पेल दिया,
Dude,
home and away
I-
दोनों जीत गए." I knew their ceiling was reached,
Yeah.
No.
Like,
I
I
still
knew it.
knew. I still
and
knew.
उसके बाद they drew PSG, man. Like I knew they were not gonna beat PSG.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you watched PSG versus Liverpool in the Champions League round of 16 earlier
Exactly.
this season, oh my god,
Exactly.
I've never seen Liverpool be dominated. They won that
Outplayed,
first leg.
bro.
They won that
Outplayed.
first leg fair, but the second leg also, dude, PSG dominated both legs across.
Bro,
and
midfield,
I'm like, okay,
they
these
ate
guys
Liverpool
need
in the
this one.
midfield, and you don't see that.
Exactly, first, and I would actually like, I don't know, yaar, I hope Inter win it in a way.
My only reason that I
Just
think
to-
PSG will win it is because I think Serie A is not finished yet, so Inter are going to be pushed till the final week, right? Whereas
Yeah.
PSG, Enrique is casually resting players for a week, right? They're resting for a week, and in Serie A, they're combating like Napoli on PEDs. I think some crazy things happening in Serie A. So I think by the time Inter reaches that final, they will probably be just like between them, they will have 20 legs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that's why they're a little screwed, which is why my bet is probably on PSG.
Yeah. But Luis Enrique also said no after he beat Arsenal and got into the finals. He said, "Oh, we are the Farmers League. Oh, we've beaten Liverpool. We've beaten Arsenal. We've beaten Man City also,
City and Villa.
and Aston Villa. So of course we're in the Farmers League." And I just hope somebody points out to Luis Enrique that Farmers League matlab तू फार्मर नहीं है रे लीग फार्मर है रे मतलब और कोई नहीं है तेरे साथ compete करने के लिए और तू सही है तू बाप है everybody knows the world knows कि तू बाप है तेरे आजू बाजू कोई और बाप नहीं है that is the problem which is why it is Farmers League so you know you on your day can beat all of these teams the problem is on their day, even Southampton can hold Man City to a 0-0 draw. Like, which
Bro,
is,
don't get me started on that. Fuck's sake.
Dude, I just tuned into the Premier League just to see top 4 race, bro. Oh, look, top 5 now. It looks damn interesting, bro. Maza aane wala hai. Last two games left, no? It's gonna be very. This would be so funny if Newcastle finish second, City finish third, and Arsenal finish fourth, and fifth, whoever Chelsea maybe. Dude, it's gonna be. And I think Newcastle finishing second would still be a better. They would still have a better season than Arsenal, of course, because.
I mean, it's going to be fucking great to see what happens. And I also do wish that Newcastle finish second because fucking that would be amazing. Chaitanya has something to say specifically for you, Ronaq. Would love to know Ronaq talk about Kvaratskhelia and Hakimi analytically against a team like Inter. Great analysis at the beginning. Ronaq, over to you.
Nice, bro. Quaradona and who?
Quaradona is so true.
Bro, I love Quaradona, and I wanted, when his things were going down on Napoli, I wanted United to swoop in for him. Like, we had sent Antony across, we had sent Rashford across. I thought it was a no-brainer. Just bloody get him. He's a creative bloody monster.
He's so good, bro.
But he would have been ruined at Man United, bro.
I agree.
Uske or football ke bhale ke liye, it's great that he's far away from Manchester United.
See, this is why I like talking to Amogh. You know, he's a United fan, but he's a very honest United fan.
Like, every United fan is honest now. United fan के कुछ है नहीं dishonesty.
Maybe he's just reached that point.
16th in the league, bro. That's when you know true honesty.
How do you defend this? अब हम लोग भी गिवन कर दिए हाँ भाई 16th है लीग पे but still hope है खाली Champions League का hope है.
Okay, Ronaq, honest questions. Who do you think is going to win the Europa final?
United only, bro. Have you seen Spurs lately?
Sorry. Before we get to the Europa final, Chaitanya.
Sorry. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Sorry, what are we doing?
Quaradona.
Oh, Quaradona and Hakimi. Yeah. Arey, honestly, it'll be great. Against Inter ka fucking Dumfries is there on. Actually, Dumfries is there on Dembele's side. Even that'll be an interesting thing. And actually, Dembele bloody tears through the midfield. Yeah. He has a very free role in that PSG attack, which is actually the most insane thing because he has that crazy pace.
Yeah.
And actually that is where Kvaratskhelia is actually flourishing because he has that runner in bloody Dembele and Hakimi. Because anything he beats a man or two and then he has those bloody runners in them, and they always turn up with something. It's going to be very interesting, man.
But I also feel like between the two managers, Enrique is the only one who's actually won the league before.
Yeah, champions.
Right? So I feel like that experience is really going to come into help for him compared to Inzaghi, who's lost once already. Right? And while same situation happened where he was tired.
And I'll tell you something. Just like I said about Arsenal, when they beat Madrid, it felt like their ceiling was reached. I have that same feeling with Inter. When they beat Barca, they put in their all. A to Z, they're still fighting for the Scudetto. So I just think their ceiling has somewhere reached in the Champions League. And PSG, when they beat Liverpool, who was arguably their toughest opponent in this run-in, it didn't feel like their ceiling was reached. There was still so much in the tank there. Even in that Liverpool game, Liverpool were lucky that PSG didn't score more goals. Honestly. So PSG ceiling is very high.
Bro, come on. But
I'm all for PSG this season. They've been way too clinical, way too good, and they've been like a powerhouse. They've dominated every single game they've played.
I feel
I'm
like
also
have
PSG
to give it to them.
Just because I want the jokes of Mbappe left PSG and they won the championship. Just that. It's the one
No, no.
satisfaction as a Liverpool fan you'll get against Real Madrid.
No, so there's that as well. But like again, like Nathan and I discussed this a couple of weeks ago, which is that I feel like PSG have finally figured out their right combination or their right
Yeah.
ideology. Because for the longest time after they got taken over by Nasser Al Khalifi and Qatar, it was all about look at how much money we have, look at we can attract the best players and all, and it just became a lopsided star-studded team. They tried to be
Hmm.
the Galacticos without really understanding how the Galacticos gelled together. Like for all your Ronaldos in the Real Madrid Galacticos side, you also had Gutis. Like it was still a very well meshed together side that they had put out. But just look at the Messi Neymar connection at PSG. Dude, there's no chance that first Neymar coming from Barcelona as the most expensive footballer in the world to PSG in a farmers league, sorry Luis Enrique, was ever going to perform to his best. You know what kind of a person he is. The only reason why he played so well is because he was at Barca and he was not the main man.
Yeah.
He was he was
We've had
he
this
was
conversation.
he was under Messi. He was under Guardiola for a little time. He was just another cog in that Barcelona machine, and he was humbled there. But the minute you take him out of there, make him the world's most expensive player, and put him in PSG where he can just phone it in every weekend, he's not going to. He's going to get injured every sister's birthday. He's going to party. He's going to fucking chill, and that's exactly what happened. So yes, in the French league, they did really well, but when it came to facing the elite teams in Europe, it was never going to work out. Then when you add Messi to that same scenario,
Yeah.
again, it's the worst thing that you can do because he has left Barcelona being a Barcelona legend because there is no money for them to keep him on. This is a last ditch move for him where उसका घर चलेगा, उसका electricity bill भर पाएगा वो, right? Like this is one of those moves. How is it going to work? And on the other end, you have Kylian Mbappe, who is on his way at the time to become one of the world's best footballers. But you have given him so much power over the club. You're digging yourself into a financial hole, and that's what they were doing. But now, after letting go of Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, they have figured it out. They don't need the star power. They just need quality players. They may not have the big names. I mean, Kvaratskhelia definitely has a big name, but they have the work ethic. They have something that they're building towards. And
Agreed.
especially now under a manager like Luis Enrique, who has done it before in Europe, this is a match made in heaven. And I feel like all of those things tell me that this is their year. And finally,
Well,
PSG are
like
going to
one
get that
thing I have
coveted
to
Champions League.
give props to PSG is how they've managed to keep Dembele injury free the
Oh
entire
yeah.
season.
Yeah.
How has that man played the whole season at the level that he's played consistently? Because his track record was horrible.
Very bad. Very bad. Yeah.
So something they've done really well in managing him. Maybe his minutes, his style, or whatever the medical team would have done, man. Or sometimes it's just luck. You can never really attribute it to something sometimes. But yeah,
Did he
and
score like the most number of goals ever in this calendar year from like
Yeah,
February?
so
He
far,
started
yeah,
scored
yeah.
like some 12 goals in
Yeah.
February or something.
yeah,
Fucking mental. He has found another level. And the thing is, we always knew he had that in him.
yeah,
As watchers of the
100%.
game,
That's true.
we all knew that he had that in him. There was a quality player there. He was just not unlocked, as they say. And somehow at PSG right now under Enrique, he has been unlocked. So that's great. I think with that we can now finally, unfortunately, move to the Europa League final because look at the Liverpool fans just like perk the fuck up.
I just woke up. Yeah, Europa League. Let's go. क्या लगता है? I think it's anyone's game, but I don't know.
You think it's either Spurs or United? That's what you were going.
It's anyone's gonna win this match, dude. Like, our most unpredictable match because Spurs have thrashed United this season thrice. Maybe not.
No, but that
thrashed,
is what when it matters, we'll win it.
exactly. So, but at the same time, bro, like, how do I
No,
say
I'm
this?
sorry. I feel like Ange is going to unleash the angiest hell you've ever seen. You're not ready for this.
As soon as they qualified for the finals, he modified his line. I don't I don't usually win in my second season. I always win in my second season. Like man's aura farming.
Aura farming.
So
Dude,
there is
this
that.
is the first person I've heard who said aura farming in real life. I only usually read that word online.
No, online is all a scam, Nathan. Online
Aura
world
farming.
is not real. The real life
This-
is this.
This should be the name of a hashtag of the
Oh, United.
episode.
United's name is Aura Farming FC at this
Aura
point.
farming.
Look at the, like I said, no, they just fucking recently launched a 1991 themed fashion range. I'm like,
Nee, but like,
"Arey."
are you guys, apart from all the just the game that it's gonna be TK Europa League final, United and Spurs, are you guys understanding that this is a historical event? That
It is.
it's 16th and 17th position in the league, and either
Battling for
any
championship.
result that happens, if Spurs win, a bloody historic trophy drought is gonna come to an end. They're gonna have a better season than Arsenal. They're gonna have a more recent and a bigger trophy than Arsenal.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's such a big deal if Spurs
Yeah.
win it.
Yeah.
Ange has his thing, and if United win, then it's a whole other case of we're so down in the league, but we still managed to get a trophy, managed to
Exactly.
come into Europe.
See-
We'll be able to attract few players in the summer. It's just a whole can of so many what ifs.
Whoever wins, the joke is on Arsenal, which is what
Yeah.
I love about it.
Yeah.
And
Thanks,
I
Mukesh.
love. I'll tell you what. I think right now Tottenham is below. I think United. Right? Tottenham's actually
Yeah.
17th.
Yeah.
I just love the idea that the one place above relegation league is playing Champions League football. To me, that's also why I'm just rooting for Tottenham to lose, be 17th, and play Champions League football while being
Yeah.
17th. That to
Yeah,
me is
same.
the most beautiful idea ever.
I mean, look, like what Ange just said about I always win something in my second season is very close to coming true.
Dude, and that's the thing, right? If that happens or when it happens, it will be one of those I am him moments.
Yeah.
Like it will be, and he, imagine this, he wins it, he's anyways gonna get sacked. So
Yeah.
he wins it, next day they announce he's getting sacked. That I believe would be such a cold exit. That right, aura points plus
It'll
1,000.
be different. It'll be different for Daniel Levy to sack him after the final because he sacked Mourinho before the FA
Before,
Cup.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh shit, that's also what I'm dreading. I'm like, arey, iska possibility bhi hai.
That's the Spursiest move possible.
But
iska-
now Levy has the chance to do the funniest thing. Before the final, sack Postecoglou, get Mourinho in for the final.
Oh shit.
We took
I don't think
away that
Mourinho
chance from
comes
you
back
last
to Spurs ever again.
Cinema.
अरे वो आएगा Galatasaray से आएगा Fenerbahce wherever he is वो आएगा वापस just for this one game like testimony. This is my testimonial match.
Oh shit, dude! Imagine, this would be brilliant. Like,
But
but he has to win this final then. Otherwise,
correct. Look, as a United fan, no, and Chaitanya has also said this in chat, which I will show right now. Nathan, sorry,
now is not the time to stay humble.
No, fuck this. No, this I will
अरे
do later.
पढ़ने दो अच्छा okay.
नहीं वो बाद में ये 8 embarrassing defeats for in UCL or one final loss. Question for the United fans. I would say one final win and then 8 embarrassing defeats in the UCL.
Yeah, man.
That's how I would go. But I feel like somewhere Ronaq, I do somewhere feel like if Spurs win it, I wouldn't be that sad. You know what I mean? Like every other cup final that we've been a part of, when we've lost, I felt sad. If Spurs win it this time, I won't be sad.
Bro, what are you
because-
talking about? Bro? I'd be
Yeah,
fucking
100%
devastated.
no.
I've
No,
like
no.
I've gone on a crazy rant against my Arsenal buddies, man. They're gonna kill me and hound me.
Okay, but then
But
then
they're
you can go
Arsenal
and
buddies.
say-
Why are they?
Yeah, but
Okay.
then you can tell them, you can tell your Arsenal buddies कि Spurs जीता trophy, bro. तुम लोग क्या कर
Exactly.
रहे हो?
Yeah, exactly.
वो आर्सन वेंगर बोला था 4th place is a trophy. इस साल आर्टेटा बोल रहा है कि 3-0 मैड्रिड को हराया. That is a trophy.
No, yeah, but just imagine, bro, if we don't even get, if we don't win this trophy, then how will we attract anyone proper in the summer?
But that's the thing.
And even just a general Champions League qualification gives us such a huge money inflow.
Correct. Paisa is one thing, attracting players is the other thing. But somewhere I also feel like not playing Europe at all next season and just focusing on the Premier League, getting your shit together, an entire season under Amorim
My childhood is healing hearing United fans say stuff like this.
might just be good. Might.
Oh,
Of
so
course, if we win
beautiful.
it, that's great. It's It's amazing.
16th
But like, yeah, like
place United, talking about missing out on European football because it might be better.
Oh,
No way you did that. And I like how you did it at the time. He's almost moaning like, oh yes, then you dropped it. You kicked him out.
for people who are going to be listening to this on the podcast apps and do not have access to video, I just booted Mukesh backstage.
And then it'll be amazing because United are grumpy. What happened? Did I miss something?
Yeah, you missed everything.
Sorry, I was just
So
fantasizing.
this
You were
Europa
just
final.
jizzing in the corner.
I was
this-
in nostalgia in the present.
So this Europa final is gonna be box office. When is it, by the way? 22nd, no?
Yeah,
20, something like that.
something like
I'm
that.
watching the game. I'm gonna watch the game, and this is I don't know. I just hope Spurs win, just for everything we've discussed here.
Yeah.
But United win, मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा. I mean,
तुम लोग को तो फर्क पड़ेगा ही नहीं यार, तुम लोग के पास ऑलरेडी ट्रॉफी है. Only your second Premier League trophy, as I keep reminding time and time
who
again.
it,
Because,
who it might make a difference for Arsenal fans.
yeah, but yes,
Oh, man.
it is spectacular that that 16th and 17th are fighting for the second biggest European trophy. The thing is also, just to go back to why I was saying that even if United don't win, I won't be too sad, is because of what Amorim has said, and he has had some very interesting things to say, especially post United losing 2-0 at Old Trafford against West Ham United.
Dude,
Because नहीं because Premier League तो अपने को जमता ही नहीं है ना. Premier
yeah,
League
I
तो
mean,
अपना है
I
ही.
support Crystal Palace anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
So he has said time and again throughout this season that this is the worst United team ever. We are rubbish. हम लोग के साथ कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. Now he said even if we win the final, this is not a great season. So like he is really low. In fact, after the West Ham loss, he has gone on and said that we have lost the sense of urgency. We have settled into a comfort zone where we don't think it is the end of the world if you are losing a game at Old Trafford, and that is a big problem because we are forgetting that we are a massive club. Well, I feel like we have forgotten that we are a massive club for a very long time. We are 16th. No massive clubs are in 16th. But he has said that, and full points for the honesty. Absolutely, absolutely correct. So he has said that if this feeling is still there in the summer, then we should make way for different people. So he has said, Ronaq, paraphrasing, he might walk if he feels that United don't course correct. And he has obviously said, it is my fault, I am responsible and all, and if I feel like I can't do it, I will walk, etc., etc. What do you have to say to that?
No, I think he always says the very right things. Like, I think for a change, this manager is so brutally honest in his interviews. It's refreshing almost. Ke bhai, jo hai, wo hai. And like, such pinpoint things that the feeling of losing is become normal. And he said it's not the players, it's something in the club, it's something I feel. It's so subjective to him. So, like, I think it's very good that he's like, prioritizes these things.
See,
And hopefully something changes.
Dear
in the
viewers,
club.
if you are seeing little bits of jizz on your screen, that is Mukesh and Nathan. We are very sorry.
I love how Mukesh and I were just looking. I'm assuming looking at
You
each other.
apologize.
every
laughing.
other fan of every other club discusses their manager's tactics. United fans discuss about their honestly. And even Ronaq, who started off with, Alonso's 3-4-3, Inzaghi's 5-3-2, is now like, Amorim na. kya bolta hai wo? Yeah, now
Hey,
say
but-
na, uski maa ki.
He is a fantastic orator.
Yeah. He is just LBW. What? LBD. What's the thing?
Looking busy.
नहीं यार
doing
भाई
what?
एमोरिम के
LBD.
टैक्टिक्स भी क्या अभी तक खाली ओनली टीम इन यूरोप टू गो अनबीटन.
Yes, correct. Can you say that about Liverpool, Mukesh?
Yeah, we lost on penalties. That's technically unbeaten.
No, it's not. You lost, and then you were not a part of the next round.
So wait. Amogh, let's say Spurs win this final. This will be the worst season United has ever had, right?
I mean, like Amorim has
first.
said, even if Spurs don't win the final and United win the final, it's still the worst season that United have ever had.
But I don't know, I disagree because you all would still have something to show. You'll have European football, but still, like, this is just
I
been.
mean, okay, you say things like we will still have something to show. Wouldn't it be hilarious if we win the Europa League and book an open top bus parade in Manchester,
That
16th in the league और Europa League trophy के साथ नाच रहे हैं ये लोग.
But again, that's still better than Arsenal, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I just, oh man, this year has been so good to me. Thank you.
Bro, like, Arsenal का I just love it because मैं season के start में बोला था कि ये लोग का like all they need was a good striker and then they go buy Havertz and Jesus. Like,
Yeah.
bro, नहीं जीतने वाले ये लोग से तुम लोग लीग. मैं तभी बोला था. Now they have a 15-point fucking gap. They were title contenders ना. मैंने बोला क्या title contenders भी नहीं बचे ये season तो.
Yeah.
It was a one horse
I
single
was
horse
fully
race.
convinced they were going to win this season. I thought Liverpool finished fourth. I actually put this on record saying.
अरे start of the season they were 100% title contenders यार, but then you have. अच्छा, what did City do? Even City they saw कि वो लोग का तो सब गया हुआ है. लिया ना bro. Even in January they did some major signings, man.
And they're still
Like-
sort of playing. That's the thing, right? Imagine if City still finished above Arsenal. That, my friends, would be just part of the icing.
Bro, honestly, now the league position doesn't matter. Like, honestly, between them, I feel it's just they all know what their season was like.
Yeah. I think that Rodri injury exposed City. That's one.
100%.
I think that's a major reason for City's awful season so
I
far.
also think it is Pep Guardiola's divorce that there is
Yeah,
it's
Bombay
mostly
Times,
it's mostly that.
which
yeah.
is why now that they're back, the wedding is or the marriage is working again. I'm a little scared for
Yeah,
next
but they
season.
drew, man, next season.
See, next season, of course, United are going to be title contenders. Like, let's not
Yeah,
be, let's not.
Carabao
let's
Cup.
not-
Yeah.
No, Carabao. I think next season United will go for the quadruple.
What is this title? Which title?
Quadruple? Premier League, FA Cup.
Yeah, Mukesh. I agree
Carabao
with.
Cup and
I agree with Mukesh.
and Champions League as well, because we will be in the Champions League next season. So
Yeah.
all four trophies will be fought for. And if things go the way they went this season, will be defeated in first round itself. But yes, Xavi to Spurs. Here we go. Incoming. If Levy has read the news, is this true, guys? Is anybody?
Xavi to Spurs. Here we
No,
are.
Not at
that's
all,
a-
man.
Wait.
That's a.
Your talk. Really? I don't know.
Is there concrete
I'm
talk?
sure
I don't
that's-
think so.
No,
I think
man.
that's Chapel.
Dude, I last read this. Yeah, Ariola guy only. Yeah.
जाबी तो बोला कि वो आईएसएल देखता है. अभी बोला वो आईएसएल देखता है क्योंकि आईएसएल में 4 स्पेनिश कोच है. सही है. लाइक तू भी आ जा भाई. इधर से ही कमा ले. But yes, fantastic stuff. Anything else? Are we missing out anything else as we begin to wrap up?
Yes. Chelsea versus Real Betis. Can we? Let it be next time.
Conference
Why,
League,
yaar?
bro, the GOAT Anthony is going to decimate Chelsea.
Exactly. Anthony against Sancho. Whew.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Guys, I'm telling you, no matter
I
what
did not
happens,
look at it that way. Thanks, Ronaq.
no matter what happens, United is the winner. Because a United player, regardless of what happens, is going to have a European medal. So, like, we have played 4D chess, guys.
Oh, what do you all think? But Sancho को लेने वाले Chelsea के नहीं लेंगे.
I
I
think
don't know,
नहीं
man. I think
लेंगे.
they might take.
I don't think they'll take it.
So then he comes back to United.
He
only.
comes
They
back
have-
to United and then we sell him to someone else.
So Chelsea, if they don't fulfill that obligation to buy, then they have to pay us 5 million.
5
if
million.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
And
for the
then they
loan
send him
fee.
back for the loan fee, and then they send him back to United, and then we will send him on to whoever. But yeah, lots of transfer decisions to be made by United. Rashford का देखना है, Anthony का देखना है, Sancho का देखना है.
Rashford also, the ball is in Aston Villa's court. If they trigger the 40 million clause,
Dude,
then
I think
he's
Rashford
theirs.
would do so well at Villa, man. He's already doing so well. I think he should.
Again, the question is if Rashford will take a pay cut, because right now for his loan, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
70% of his wages are still covered by United.
Hmm. He's on
So-
300k.
350.
Oh yeah, 350k.
So, that is going to be a big dent for Aston Villa, especially if they don't get Champions League football for next season. It seems like it'll be like one of those, EMI पे लेना पड़ेगा इसको वाला हिसाब. But yeah, like if they if they don't, Rashford and Rashford comes back to United, like, what do you think, Ronak? Like, will we
Oh,
be
I
able to sell
definitely
him?
want him back. I want him back. A resurgent Rashford would be really good. And just we going and buying someone of Rashford's profile who we want to be more effective. अभी कोई मिलने वाला है नहीं ज्यादा and अपने पास पैसे भी है नहीं खरीदने के लिए. So might as well just try to
But
train him into a better player,
अरे
a
but
player that works for
so many
Amorim.
people have tried, उसका नहीं हो रहा है मैन यूनाइटेड पे.
क्या
how
करेंगे, अपने
how
को प्लेयर्स तो चाहिए ही ना यार खेलने के लिए.
how often will you keep going back to the same old? क्योंकि it's very easy when a player like that goes to a team like Aston Villa where the stakes are far lower and you're having a great time playing in the Champions League, you're having a great time pushing for Champions League football for next season, because nobody really estimates you. Underestimate, overestimate, nobody is really thinking about you in that way till you're actually there and you're like, oh fuck, this team is worth a look in. So that way, with none of that pressure being there, a player like Rashford can thrive.
See,
Also,
what I would say is that honestly, Amorim has clearly not favored Rashford at all
yeah,
in his time. If Rashford can change Amorim's mind, then I'm all for Rashford. If Amorim takes the call that he's surplus, then well and good. Honestly, I'm just backing Amorim too, and I want Amorim to get what he wants,
yeah.
and that is a better structure in the team, and that supports the style that he wants to play.
Does Anthony
So
feature in that
yeah.
future for you?
Oh, 100%. He's been resurgent at Real Betis, man. You can't not think about him in your future plans.
But
Guys, the
again,
resurgence happens once they leave United. So just
exactly,
chuck it.
all the resurgence is happening after they leave United. They take that shirt off, and then the resurgence happens. Right now, रौनक, तू और मैं यूनाइटेड का जर्सी पहन रहे हैं. हम लोग ये जर्सी उतारेगा ना, तो हम लोग के पास भी ऐसे धनलक्ष्मी आएगा. मैं तेरे को गारंटी दे रहा हूँ.
It's like that Spider-Man 3 thing. He takes his mask back and becomes Black Spider-Man, becomes much better.
तेरे को गारंटी बोल रहा हूँ. अभी ये जर्सी निकालेगा ना, एक ऐसे क्रेडिट का मैसेज आएगा बैंक अकाउंट में
It's a
पैसा.
family podcast. Don't take your shirts off.
But when you were jizzing on screen, that was okay.
Yeah, that you can do in front of your family.
Yeah.
I like this comment. Mukesh, Nathan enjoying this pod better than a therapist would enjoy their session. Yes. This you guys are talking about United, Mukesh and I just looking like, what is this?
होता है.
I'm just-
a quick one on Anthony is that it is one thing to put in those performances for Manchester United in the Premier League and another thing to do that for Real Betis in La Liga. Also,
100%.
a second farmers league, as I would call it. Like they're probably like hydroponic farmers है, पर farmers तो है. तो तो उन लोग के पास irrigation systems है अच्छा. But they are still farmers at the end of it. Right, let us wrap up now. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for chatting and talking to us. Ronaq, thank you for joining us. Where can people find you on Instagram, my friend?
@Ronaq Becomes just my name.
Awesome. Nathan is also on Instagram at.
It's Nathan Gomes.
Mukesh is on Instagram at.
Not on Instagram, but I'm still kind of there. I guess. But you can find me at Mukesh Manjari.
Mukesh has forgotten how to use his mic. Again, starting of the podcast, end of the podcast, he has forgotten.
Mukesh is a man living in peace, man, not on Insta.
That is true. Mukesh lives in the moment.
I just want to put this on record and say that I will only care about football next season onwards. So, जो भी होने वाला है, let it happen.
Let
Just
it happen.
Let it
Let
happen.
it-
yeah.
let it-
Just
let it
own
go.
Yeah,
Right,
let it go. That's why you see yesterday also Liverpool are like, चल ठीक है, let's give Arsenal
दे
1
दे,
point.
दे दे, एक point दे दे.
It last game before that Chelsea, चल कौन Chelsea दे देते हैं 2 point 3 point. Just give it to them. Let them struggle later on. Just
Perfect. Right,
impeccable.
I'm on Instagram at Amogh. Cornerflag Pod is also on Instagram at @Cornerflag Pod. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is where you're watching this right now or later, depending on what your preferences are. So hit that subscribe button and watch out for the next episode. Also, you can follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Spotify पे भी you can see this entire video. So we would definitely recommend that. because watching all of us laugh with seeing our faces as opposed to just listening to our voices, a lot more fun. Also, we are nominated for the Hindustan Times Podmasters 2025 awards. The voting link is in our Instagram bio, so please jao or vote karo because the voting will close soon. If you have voted for us already, thank you so much. If you haven't, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do it right now. Shout out to Kaizad Gurja for composing our theme tune, and until next week, it is goodbye from us. So say bye, Ronaq.
Bye bye, guys.
Say bye, Mukesh.
Bye, guys.
Say bye, Nathan.
See you guys.
And it is bye from me.
Yo, what?